dignitaries, esteemed resource persons, conveners, volunteers, and dear participants. On behalf of our SRM Institute of Science and Technology, it is our privilege to welcome you to the Universal Human Values Regional Volunteers Meet 2026, an AICT-approved 3-day self-funded program. This gathering is not merely an academic event, it is a shared pause to reflect on education, on life, and on our responsibility in shaping a humane society. Universal human values begin with the proposal that every human being aspires for happiness and prosperity in continuity, in harmony within oneself, with others, and with nature. Education becomes meaningful when it enables right understanding of oneself, of relationship, and of one's participation in society and nature. This regional volunteers meet brings together individuals who have chosen to explore these proposals and verify them in their own way. With this shared intent and understanding, we now begin the inaugural session. To commence this gathering, let us invoke harmony and right understanding through the invocation song.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ்மலக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Dr. V. Sathyanarayanan, Associate Dean, Student Affairs, SRM Medical College, and convener of this meet. Sir, we now invite you to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Respected Professor Ganesh Bagaria ji, respected Rajul Asthana ji, respected Dr. Sharmila Asthana ji, and respected MH&RC ji, respected Professor Vinay Kumar sir, respected Professor Sridhar sir, distinguished faculty members, dear volunteers. A very warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. Today is not just the beginning of a 3-day meet, it is a reaffirmation of a movement that reminds us that true education is not merely about degrees and distinctions, but about dignity and direction. In a world advancing rapidly in technology, we are gently reminded that progress without values is fragile. As Albert Einstein wisely said, it has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. Universal human values restores that balance. It anchors knowledge in responsibility and achievement in compassion. We are deeply honored by the presence of Professor Ganesh Bagaria ji, whose visionary leadership has integrated universal human values into higher education across the nation. Sir, your work has shown us that when understanding transforms the individual, institutions transform naturally. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Our sincere gratitude to Sri Rajul Asthana ji, whose tireless national efforts strengthen this mission, reminding us that sustained commitment builds lasting change. Welcome, sir. We warmly acknowledge Dr. Sharmila Asthana ji, whose clarity and dedication have helped countless educators internalize USV not merely as a curriculum but as a lived experience. Welcome, ma'am. And we are equally grateful to Sri MH&RC ji for his steadfast contribution in nurturing this growing community of volunteers. Welcome, sir. And we are privileged to have the visionary guidance of Professor Vinay Kumar sir, whose leadership ensures that at SRM, excellence walks hand in hand with ethics. Welcome, sir. Our thanks also to Professor S.S. Sridhar sir, whose academic stewardship reinforces value-based education within our teaching frameworks. Welcome, sir. And dear volunteers, you are the heart of this initiative. When you choose understanding over assumption, dialogue over division, and the harmony over conflict, you become the living embodiment of universal human values. Swami Vivekananda said, education is a manifestation of the perfection already in man. Universal human values helps us to rediscover that perfection, not as an ideal, but as a possibility within each one of us. As we light the ceremonial lamp today, let it symbolize the light of right understanding, a light that removes confusion, nurtures clarity, and inspires responsible action. Let these 3 days be a journey from information to insight, from awareness to alignment, from participation to purpose. On behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all our esteemed dignitaries and participants. May this regional volunteers meet deepen our conviction, strengthen our collaboration, and inspire us to build institutions where knowledge is guided by conscience and success is measured by service. Let us move forward together as educators, as volunteers, and above all, as responsible human beings. Thank you. Let this meaningful journey begin.
Thank you, sir, for your warm gesture of welcome. Light symbolizes clarity and right understanding. As we light the lamp, we reaffirm our shared intent to move from information to understanding and to translate understanding.
Gratitude express Vinay. Thank you so much. We are happy to have you. You might not take anything, but go in that order. Mostly everybody is there for that.
It's wonderful to be back at SRM. It seems to be becoming more like a second home for many of us. I'm very happy to be here and to have met all the wonderful people. So, Professor Vinay Kumar ji, namaste. Dr. Palani Raja. Yes. Professor Sridhar and all the others that we have met before. Uh, I am here to just talk briefly about UHV and our participation with this UHV. So it started for many of us as a journey where we got a lot of information. But we could soon see that that information has to be translated into understanding into all of us. And for that, the self-exploration process that we are all familiar with, that was started within us. And I think somewhere it addresses our innate need to know. In the beginning, the first workshop of UHV we may have attended with this need for continuity of happiness and how we can achieve it. And that UHV became a medium to get continuity of happiness. And as the exploration went, we could see that as our need to know is getting fulfilled, slowly the happiness is emerging also with it. With that, I think this innate need to know is one part. And if we see, as we start understanding the existence, the reality, we are able to see the essence is one of relationship. We are very familiar with the terms relationship, harmony, and coexistence. But as we explore the entire design of this existence, it seems to be one of relationships. And with the relationship is the participation of every unit with every other unit in coexistence. All these terms we heard, but if we see, when we start going to live it, we can see that a major part of our sense of relationship is also our participation. And that means volunteering to many of us. Volunteering in many ways, it's a natural expression, I think, of our understanding of relationship. So even if I see, many of us may relate with our small children. As mothers, when we work in the kitchen, our small children, when they are little, they want to be doing the same things that we are doing. If we are using pots and pans, they want to be around and do the same things. If we are cleaning house, they want to come and join and clean house. So I see that as a natural expression of our wanting to participate. And in this participation, volunteering provides us a means by which we can feel fulfilled. We can be a part of the bigger picture. We can be a part of bringing about a positive change where we can see that ultimately our well-being is embedded in the well-being of everyone else. So with that, I think the major issue that many of us may feel that sometimes when we volunteer, that we may find it difficult because of so many other responsibilities. But I just wanted to share briefly my own experience with volunteering. What I found was that the more I volunteer and involve myself in the activities, the more I am listening to or getting the information about the content, and obviously that is triggering a lot of exploration within. And with this exploration within, I can see that my fulfillment grew. So many a time, this confusion that if I give time to volunteering, I may not have time for other things. In fact, I found the reverse to be true. The more I volunteered and stayed closer to the content, the more I could explore. And the more I explored, the more clarity started coming within. And once that happened, the negativity or the negative thoughts or what I considered problems outside started clearing up inside. And it started dawning on me that the problem was never outside. The problem is always a lack of understanding within. And as that happens, whatever we do outside, also we are able to do much more efficiently. The amount of time we spend with negative thoughts, negative emotions, all that reduces, and then whatever we want to go and do outside, we are able to do it more efficiently, in less time, and with more positivity, without feeling tired. So from my experience, I would just like to say that for all of us who have those thoughts, I would say give a try, and we can explore how it works for us. And I think this participation part that we do in our volunteering, I have found it to be most satisfactory and fulfilling. And I would encourage that those of us, of course, many of us have been volunteering, and I'm sure you have similar stories to tell. And I'm sure we'll hear many of those in the sharing sessions, which I'm looking forward to. So thank you everyone for being here, and welcome. I'm very glad to be a part of this whole meet. Thank you.
The journey of universal human values has grown from individual self-exploration to a shared national movement in education, rooted in dialogue, reflection, and lived understanding. To share this journey at the level of national, I warmly invite Shri Rajul Asthana ji, Vice Chairman, AICT UHV NCCIP, to address the gathering.
How much time do I have?
How many times? 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. It's better to check now. Okay, so as an individual, as a team or collective, and as a society, so that we ultimately are able to achieve our goal. So we'll be talking about the human goal again and again. We keep talking about that human goal. Okay. As an individual, our goal is happiness in continuity. As a team, our goal is essentially mutual fulfillment or mutual happiness. And as a society, it is, we can articulate it in multiple ways, but happiness, prosperity, fearlessness, and coexistence. So those are kind of goals that we are aspiring for, and there's a long way to go. So these can be achieved through human education. And the first transformation or development happens in the individual through self-exploration. And there are many examples. I had lots of examples to share about. So given the limited time, I would just mention a couple of them, or maybe we'll do it during the rest of the 3 days. But there are many examples of individual development, and I'm sure that you are going to share through your sharing. You are going to share those from very young people, 3-4 years old. There was a child who was having a problem with the brother. And as soon as the older sister got the responsibility to take care of the younger brother, everything got settled. So from young people to old people, 97 years old. So we have been fortunate to have had contact with such people. In team development, I would just mention 1 or 2 names, and we can discuss them in more detail. Development in Jitendra Narula's family, it's quite interesting that if you see his home, it is like a sansthan. It's like he was taking care of his mother, his father, and the extended, he chose to live in a village and get connected to the people over there. His wife runs a little school in the home, and they are taking care of the community around as a part of their responsibility. Before that, he was a management consultant. Okay. And so a shift from there, and of course he is still assistant registrar of the Punjab Technical University. Another example is Bhagwan Singh Parmar. He is in Madhya Pradesh. His family, he got connected first, then his wife got connected, and then the children got connected. And today, if you see, they are running a small farm along with an institution kind of, their home has become an institution. And they have been able to take care of at least 40 families where they have documented, somebody was going through divorce, somebody was going through some other problem, somebody wanted to learn farming, somebody wanted to, so they have been able to help that community along with doing their other things. So with team development, this team is also progressing. Every team is progressing. As a national team, we are, coming up slowly. And with this team development comes the societal development. So a lot of activity has happened in SRM itself. The minor degree has been implemented in this institution in its completeness this is the first institution that has done that. So a tremendous amount of volume has happened in this institution. And if you look at, and volume and of course outcome also, if you look at AKGEC, a lot of outcome has also come from that, connecting to the students and students' attitude. So one result of that I want to share is in IIT Kanpur, there are 1 or 2 suicides every semester. In AKG, there have been no suicides for the last 5 years. So this is a, definite outcome which we can see through this kind of effort. And there is a lot of work being done. There are at least 4,000 institutions that are making this effort in the higher education. There are 2,000 schools that are making this effort. In the school, the outcomes are really tremendous. With very little input, there is tremendous output. So I'd encourage you to, visit Madhya Pradesh, and now Rajasthan government has also implemented. So like that, the need is felt, and when they are able to see that it makes a difference at an individual level, at a team level, and at a societal level, they are making tremendous effort. So the Minister of Education in Rajasthan, Shri Dilawarji, he got very excited about it and he started implementing it in all of Rajasthan schools, starting with the model schools. And of course, in the higher education, AICT has taken the lead. In these 4,000 institutions are through their AGs, through their efforts, through their implementation. And the implementation is done by a volunteer team. All of you are volunteers, all of us are volunteers on a pro bono basis. So this is something to be very proud of. We can see probably this is the largest faculty effort for human values anywhere in the country, at least, that we can say. This Sitaramji also was mentioning that I see this as an important initiative that has been taken by the faculty on a pro bono basis. So there's lots to share. When we have time, we will certainly share. Best wishes for these 3 days.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the larger perspective of this journey and the collective effort behind it. Universal human values grows through lived experience within institutions and regions. To share the UHV journey in SR region. I first invite Dr. Supraja P, Associate Professor and Regional Coordinator of Southern Region, to address us.
So, we didn't start this UHV in Southern region because we all had a clarity. We all had joined together with a lot of confusion, and sincerely we want to understand it together. So that is how this whole SR region has started. So namaste to all. I am Supraja representing the whole SR region, and I'm just taking you a glimpse of what we have come across so far. So to honestly, this is not a presentation like how much work we have done. It's like a story how it has built. Initially, when this UHV mails keep coming, it's like it is also another circular and one certification process. That is how we came in. But then these questions which they have put in front of us made us to reflect. We are teaching thousands of students every year, but ourselves, we have never been guided what is the clarity of life, what is this life. So there we felt the holistic vision and this role of education is very, very important for every single human being to understand their potential and how can they live by it. And then this, in our campus, we have been seeing that we've been just solving the problems, but the confusion remains within all of us. So UHV helped us to see this education can develop a human being, not just a professionals, but as a human. So this is how we started trying to understand what is this content. This understanding part we have taken, and SR, we didn't feel that it's a duty, this is a work. We can see that people started taking their responsibility on their own because they also wanting to understand. So the southern region has this Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry, and around 60 institutions have got connected with, and 30 institutional coordinators has been nominated. And then more than 15 to 20 autonomous colleges has properly implemented the SIP and UHV2. And honestly, it is not a journey because it begins in an institution. I could say it is because of the few volunteers who have understood. And those people have sit together sincerely week on week. That is how this weekly meeting has evolved. That they all want to sit together, understand what is this reality as it is. So I could say this whole SR journey is because of the base of weekly meeting which has started. Almost we have crossed 108 weekly meetings. So every weekly, we are just 3 years old. Like 2023 we have started. And we can see that weekly meeting gave us a space. Array, this is where I got confused. Okay, this clarity I got. It's a kind of a sharing, and where did I go wrong? This place I still can't able to work. Such kind of questions helped each other to see. It's an openness for everybody to share. That is a platform we created, and we didn't try to become a team. We become a one among one. It's like, and then these people started experiencing this personally, and they felt it's important. It's working out. That is the people who have taken to the institution all because of our volunteers. So that is how the expanded of FDPs, the one group of faculty used to come for our FDP. They felt it's important. That is how they wanting to take it to their institution. That is how the FDPs have grown. Almost 60 FDPs we have completed. And if you see it in year-wise, we started with 2 FDP in 2022. And next year it's 11. And last 2 years it's 22. It's double every year. So that much of interest has been taken. Almost 20,000 to 25,000 faculties of Tamil Nadu has been certified with the basic course. And after this FDPs, some of us have stayed back and had this dialogue. And we wanting it to explore it more detailed manner. And we didn't stop in our region with the introductory and UHV2. We want to try the another levels, and where we extended this holistic human health process. I could say all our 3 disciplines like Pro Vice Chancellor of FSH, Associate Dean from CET, our IQAC Dean is here, and medical. So this is where we didn't feel it's like AICT is telling something. We felt it's really value for our students. That is how the whole institution is handholding and taking us. And that's how we have organized many such higher level programs here. And the focus is mainly from the learning to bringing the real clarity. And that's how the region has emerged itself as our nodal centers. We do have 4 nodal centers, recognized nodal centers, and we do have 10 potential nodal centers coming, and we are there to. Now it is like institutions are complementing each other. We are not like a competitions now. Complementing that we are there for you. This we have done in our institution. Why can't you take this to your institution? It's like a complementarity, and we are handholding each and every institutions who are coming forward for this effort. And as I told earlier, the whole heart of this SR is volunteering. So 6 regional coordinators, 3 potential resource persons, and 34 observers and co-facilitator. Almost 90 active and proactive volunteers are emerged from SR. And I could say it is naturally happening by willingness. We never compelled you have to do. This has not been a word here. Somebody said, ma'am, I am good at translation, can I? Somebody said, ma'am, I am good at this volunteering, can I? So that is how this whole journey has started. We UHV just not entered into our curriculum. What we felt is it entered into our everyday conversation. Whenever we meet, immediately that clarity of this is to be something I am experiencing. It has become a meaningful dialogue between our faculties. And I could say this SR is complementing other regions as well. And we are witnessing here, even SWR we are complementing. And for many national efforts and for an international conference, hosting it and participating as partnering universities, that also is happening. And we complement this volunteer meet with SWR, and we also hosted a few volunteer meets as well as now we could see these volunteers are doing great. Slowly, the family can feel that yes, something is happening. I mean, I could see some changes in my wife, my husband. So the volunteer families also started coming up and started supporting our volunteers. And we started putting our best practices in the regional conference and the weekly meeting. It is not like my best practices. Like we're always ready to complement. And one area we still working because since it's a 3-year-old, PRP and RP like NR and WR, we don't have much. But we are sincerely started taking an effort in that area. Soon this SR will complement with a resource person to all India. And so I hope this volunteer meet we can build a plan and deeper connections together. We are still learning and we always been grateful being this part. So thank you everyone. Namaste and Jai Hind.
So we have another sharing from SWR by Sunil Bhaiya, but it's now pre-planned to have our presidential address now. Institutional leadership plays a vital role in nurturing value-based education. We are honored to invite Professor A. Vinay Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, to deliver the presidential address.
Sadhar pranam to Ganesh ji, who is Asthana ji, Sharmila Asthana ji, or Umesh Jadhav ji, or the leadership from SRMIST. Sare volunteers who have come from various institutions. It is a great pleasure, Anaivarakam Vanakam, and namaste to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Or UHU is quite close to me. Even, in fact, I want to become a volunteer. Somehow I didn't finish the course, but I'm very enthusiastic to finish the course. And but then it is quite close to me because I feel that I lived a certain type of a contradiction, and then I was going through my own self-exploration in a certain way. Because I am a teacher. Every teacher is a volunteer, by the way. If you can't be a volunteer, you can't be a teacher, because it's just like a mother prepares food every day through this urge to do something. Okay, a teacher should also work for the student like that. And if it is not like that, it's very difficult to be a teacher. And every teacher is a volunteer, and we are volunteering to actually change the lives of our students in a certain way. And so I'll tell you my story a little bit. I was teaching. I'm a professor of finance, and I happened to teach a course on financial derivatives. And I've done it for a few decades. And then in 2008, there was a financial crisis. Okay, and the markets fell and this, that, it was a huge this thing. And you know what? Suddenly the articles in Harvard Business Review and other places, they started appearing that actually it is the professors who are supposed to be blamed because they taught this dangerous technique to the students, and students ended up doing speculation and things like that, which is partly true. I mean, it is undoubtedly it has a certain merit for that argument, and it sort of pricked me a little bit, of course. But then on the other side, actually, I was connected to Sathya institutions and voluntary work I used to do in Lucknow and other places in UP. We were going building village toilets, village roads, and this that. I was a volunteer. All this volunteering was not because I was doing something for somebody. It is basically I was doing things for myself because any self-exploration is actually if you invest in yourself, actually you benefit more than the society or the people who are around you. So it's completely selfish. And it's actually nothing to do with the other person. Actually, if you are giving it to somebody, it is actually about you, not necessarily the other person who is receiving it. So so this contradiction I was living. On the one hand, I was actually teaching quite selfish topics in the class, but I was doing something else in my personal space. And suddenly I said, why am I teaching competition? And why is it that I'm not teaching collaboration? So then I stopped teaching financial derivatives and I started teaching entrepreneurial finance. Okay, and then so it so happens that suddenly I realized that there is more that I can teach in collaboration and cooperation, and you can build more harmonious institutions through cooperation. Actually, the power of cooperation and collaboration is much more stronger than competition. So then I said, it's also a discovery because now I'm actually trying to put together things that were quite new to my students and to myself in a certain way. And then the journey became a totally different journey for me as an academician. And while then I was doing research in markets, which is also again somehow it is. If you read Adam Smith's Wealth of Nation, Adam Smith himself had this problem that if you ever follow the principles of economics, you will end up actually creating a very selfish society. Okay, a very heartless society. Okay, and then he had this dilemma: how can you ever have a society without the heart? Okay. So the emotions are at loggerheads, and one is competing with the other, and you have a very strange society, right? So the point is, when I heard about the UHV initiative, firstly, I'm really inspired by the volunteers here at SRM who are doing great work, and I'm inspired by them. Actually, I don't know how much I've inspired them, but they have inspired me definitely. And they are doing great work. Okay, when we started this thing, I said, why don't we invest a little more, and why don't we have more faculty members joining this mission of changing lives for our students? Because if our students develop the appreciation for universal human values, they will do a great favor to themselves. Institution, we have a long way to go. Okay, and we are 100,000 students, so we have a long way to achieve the goals of the UHV, and a tireless efforts from the volunteers here at SRMIST are needed, but they are doing a lot of work. Okay, and there is zero incentive for this. Whoever is doing this, there is zero incentive for this, but the type of motivation really inspires. All our colleagues who are in this mission, and is actually truly inspiring. And now I think this workshop is going to give you the opportunity to collect back some of these ideas from other institutions also. We'd like to learn how it is happening in other institutions, and maybe we can do those initiatives here at SRMIST. And I wish everybody best wishes for joining us. Thank you very much, Nandri.
Reinforce the role of institutions in shaping not only professionals but responsible human beings. I now invite Thank you so much, sir. RN, Professor, Cochin University College of Engineering, to share the UHV journey of SWR region.
Thank you, Lina Didi. So, Namaste, Vanakkam, and Namaskaram. Namaskar. Yeah. So, I just open up the points in front of me for me not to miss any points. That is only purpose. Because this is compiled finally by us yesterday in the train. So yeah, 5 minutes. Okay, that's why. Otherwise I will be overspoken. Yeah, so beloved volunteers and the team of SRMIST, I just put before you within 5 minutes the brief report regarding the SWR what we have had in the past. So I attended this program for the first time in June 2020. Diba Didi, the UHP cell coordinator of CUSAT, she called me to share the mail to every faculty member in my college, which is part of the university. So I also attended that program, which was an online program. And then, because I couldn't get the certificate, I called again Diba Didi, and Diba Didi told that there is one volunteer by name Sharat Chandran. He can call him. So give me the number also. So I called Sharat Bhaiya, at that time Sharat Chandran, sir. So I called him, and I came to know that he is in charge of the whole of southern region of UHB, and he told in the first occasion that what is the meaning of volunteering. So I also wanted to be a volunteer, but not very much at that time because I didn't get the certificate. I was very much for that at that time. So I got the certificate only 6 months later. There was some technical issue, but through that I got connected to the first volunteer of southern region. I mean, southern region means the whole southern states that comprise of SR, SWR and SER. So we have many volunteers right now in the SWR also, which comprise of Kerala and Karnataka. We have 6 RC in the team. Sharat Bhaiya, myself, Priya Didi, Deparaj Bhaiya, Amresh Bhaiya, Soumya Didi and Divesh Bhaiya are there. So recently we have had this recognition of 3 of the colleges, institutions as nodal centers, another 4 as potential nodal centers. PDF College of Engineering, Kalburgi, TKM College of Engineering, Kollam, and Mar Basilius College of Engineering and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram are 3 of the nodal centers. Navkis College of Engineering, Hassan, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad, and HKBK College of Engineering, Bangalore, and Yenapoya Institute of Technology, Bangalore are the potential nodal centers. So if you look at the statistics of SWR, we had 74 universities in Karnataka and 20 in the state of Kerala. Out of them, 21 universities have appointed the UCs and UCCs, out of which 4 only are from Kerala. The rest are in Karnataka only. A number of universities which have UHP 2 as credit course is 7 in the region. Number of RCs in the region, as I mentioned that there are 7 RCs, regional coordinators. There are 3 PRPs and there are 147 volunteers at the national level from these 2 regions. Because it has been started very long back, and as Supraja Didi told just now, the hand-holding is there to other regions and in a complementary way back also. The number of proactive volunteers, if I mention, there are 13 from Kerala and 5 from Karnataka. The number of observers and co-facilitators, 29. The number of FDPs conducted, if I mention, there are 47 FDPs conducted in the face-to-face mode, apart from those online modes, which are being conducted on the national level. Out of this 47, 5 are ACT funded UHP 2 FDPs and 4 are self-funded UHP 2 FDPs. There are 36 introductory FDPs, 1 MDP and 1 LDP, the whole region. So there are 3 facilitators and co-facilitators, and there are many, like 29 of them are there in the observers as well as the other list of team members. The team members have various roles to play, and these roles are well defined in the data sheet of this SWR. I'm not reading that in detail. We are part of the meetings, we are part of the projects, we are part of the activities, and these are shared among the volunteers. If I just mention a few of the major projects which have and activities which we have had in the past and which are undergoing, one thing which I have to mention is the recently concluded workshop in the jail. The jail is named as Borster School. It's a correction center and led by Diba Didi and the University CUSAT. Diba Didi will mention regarding that in detail, so I will not go into the details of that. So we thought that we can conduct this for 30 hours, and we got permission for 30 hours from the Prison Department of Kerala as well as CUSAT. But we spent 23 days over there, starting from 15th of December 2025 to 16th of January 2026. Among these 33 days, we spent 23 days over there. And though we started this for only 30 hours, I think we could spend more than 60 hours over there, more than double than that. Because the connectivity was so deep into the participants, and this was very much heartwarming when they shared what they have experienced. It was in Malayalam, completely in Malayalam, and we never used any PPTs. Only with the help of the board, the marker, we spent 2 to 2.5 hours every day with the participants, like 45 minutes to 1 hour for the presentation, and then the remaining time for group discussion. So there were we interacted with 120 participants in that, but that is not unique participants, because the school is a correction center where the prisoners come for a short duration kind of a remand, 14 days for a short duration. So those participants who were there for the entire duration was only 10. But they were coming and going, so every day there was some addition. So but it was, though some participants joined very late, their sharing was very heartwarming, as I mentioned. Somebody mentioned that they wanted to kill themselves once they go out of this school, the jail. Somebody said that in the beginning that they wanted to kill those who were responsible for them to be in the jail. But once they underwent this workshop, they mentioned that they don't want to kill themselves because life is so important, and there are responsibilities for themselves as well as for the family and the rest of the society. They will look into this, and they also are willing to be volunteers. That is what the concern they have given finally. So that's one of the workshops which we conducted very recently. It all triggered by Ganesh's initiation in the Pune conference. So we had a similar conference in Pune in 2023 January. So it all triggered from there, and they will go into the details of that later. We had conducted the UHV workshops for polytechnic students in Kerala in Malayalam. We conducted the family workshop also, so the family members of the volunteers and other family members took part in a Malayalam family workshop that was online. It was also very heartening to see that many participants got connected through that. Like there were 35 participants in that. And similarly, there are Usha Kumari Didi and Madalal Bhaiya. They are conducting the UHV workshops in Malayalam for community people. They will also explain that in detail maybe later. And we are participating in the translation project, the PPT translation, UHV 1, UHV introductory, UHV 2, the teacher's manual, the UHV 2 book, that's ongoing. The glossary part is complete, and that is ready to go to press right now. Then we have conducted one MDP, one LDP in PDA College of Engineering Kalaburgi. Conducted the UHV Kerala chapter volunteers meet at Kusat once with Kumar Bhaiya as a lead volunteer. Yeah, so regarding the Boston School workshop I said, so I'm not going to that in detail. Yeah. Now, if I just mention regarding the regular meetings which we have in the region, the self-development meeting in Karnataka is happening every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Kumar Bhaiya is a lead volunteer in that, a mentor in that. 10 to 12 members are participating in this. The self-development meeting in Kerala, it is happening in Malayalam every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Though Kumar Bhaiya joins because it is in Malayalam, he will just listen. So we discuss the content. It started by 5th of September 2021, and we have conducted more than 300 meetings so far, I would say. So there are 10 to 12 members are very consistent in participation. And the combined team development meeting is happening in English every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Kumar Bhaiya is the mentor. And there are 18 to 22 members participate in that. It started from January 7th, 2026 in this form. Society development meeting, the RC meeting is happening every Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. And if I mention the future plans before I close, we want to enhance a volunteer base. That is one thing which is very essential. And this will happen very naturally. And that is, purpose is to intensify the effort for self-development. We want to extend the UHV activities to schools and arts colleges and other universities in the state of Kerala and Karnataka. We wish to conduct more community-based UHV activities like in jails. There are more avenues which are coming. Reunion programs, not just for UHV reunion, but whenever there is a union of the colleges, we can conduct this kind of programs. Evening programs for students at institutions, village exchange programs, etc. We want to accelerate the translation project because there is to ensure the reach of UHV proposals to more people in the local languages, in the Indian languages, Malayalam and Kannada. And we also wish to develop more RPs and PRPs in the near future from the region. We wish to handhold the volunteers in institutions of other regions also, and we also will be complementary to other regions. So this is with regard to a brief report regarding the SWR region. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinay, and also thank you to Supraja Devi for presenting the inspiring journey of UHV in SR and SWR region. Your words reminds us that values truly grow when they are not just lived at the level of institution, but extended to communities also. So moving ahead, we have Professor S.S. Sridhar, Associate Dean Academic, to offer the felicitation address. Please, sir.
So, formally, I joined with the team from SRM along with Dr. Supraja in welcoming the entire UHV team for this 3-day UHV regional volunteers meet in the southern and southern western region. to make it very simple, that I was one of the professors in SRM who has been continuously disturbed by Supraja for a long time to attend these kind of programs. Initially, I was thinking that I was always in harmony, living in harmony. So why should I attend these kind of workshops? So after coming through this journey, initially UHV 1 and then MDP program we attended for 5 days. I think we should thank Ms. Priya for all the wonderful journey for 5 days. We realized that a lot more to be learned. Because for your information, after my college days, something got into my head. Because I used to read a lot of books on personality development and a lot of self-improvement books and all. I don't know how I got this. A simple word, sentence maybe. The purpose of living is to give. That was a simple sentence which I don't know how I picked it up. Living is to give. So it is not, maybe the sentence is incomplete or something. It got into my head, and wherever I read books, a lot of books, this was coming again and again. So it was discussed more elaborately, but this was the simple message which I continuously getting. So I could reconfirm this through this UHV. So what I was doing for this 35 years of journey in SRM, I've been here from 1990 onwards. What I was doing was right. So that was the message I got from UHV, and I wanted to be a volunteer like Professor Vinay Kumar, but maybe in the other 2 years, maybe I'll join this group, because now I am holding a position of Associate Dean looking after the entire engineering technology. So I could not deny that. Maybe after the thing, I will surely join this exploration. So it's happy to see that SRM has taken a lot of initiatives, and as per the statistics, I got some statistics from Supraja madam that around 2,000 plus faculty have been trained in UHV 1 alone, and 800 plus in UHV 2, and 44 in UHV 3, and 58, I think that was the statistics given. MDP, around 73 people have undergone this training. So based on the survey, almost 92% of the faculty felt that they had a lot of change in their approach to the student, towards the students, and potentially improve their self-exploration. So rather than self-exploration, we also saw the change in family. My personal experience also like that. So, and maybe society we have to see little more. We have to undergo and then see and then I think four aspects of UHV: self, family, then society, and nature. So always integrated into a complete thing. We should thank the father of UHV sitting there, not in the dais. So that shows that how humble he is, and then he has put in his entire service towards this UHV. During the inception of this UHV program in our thing, we were put, I think I saw one document that some recommendations given by the UHV team, most of the 90% of the things are satisfied. For information, we appointed a UHV coordinator, inception of a cell, prepare faculty and set targets, FDPs to be conducted, and we introduced the courses in curriculum, UHV 2, UHV 1 in the student induction programs. Then conducting impact analysis and share the outcomes. We have a nodal center now, and volunteer mentor meeting is happening quite often. Then UHV morning sessions are happening, and recently minor degree we have inception is, and I think these two more things are left out. Correct me if I am wrong. Translation of UHV materials to Indian languages. Is it a target given to us, or it's an
open target.
Supporting, okay. Then outreach to schools and villages. I think I heard that it is already happening. From SRM, we should initiate more of this. I think mostly 95% of the recommendations given in the first inception of UHP we have satisfied, And for your information, 2026 we are coming out with new curriculum for BTech programs. We have made it mandatory UHV course. It's a 3-credit course. So we are in the journey along with the national mission. So that's what I wanted to reiterate. And when you see a lot of technology developments are happening, AI tools, you know that artificial intelligence is taking up all the jobs now. Okay, if you read the articles nowadays, it's very dangerous to see that our kids might be running out of jobs. Okay, so how do we prepare them for life? Okay, so job is one thing, but they should survive in the world. So we are taking efforts to enable the faculty and also the students to cope up with the technology, what is happening there. You know that I read a recent article that brain research has confirmed that when you trigger some neurons in the frontal and parietal lobes through some gamma activations, the volunteer or selfless activity is triggered. Even if a guy is not having the volunteer activity, you can do it technically. You can trigger them. I don't know how it is going to happen. 2 days back I read an article like this. We are doing brain research in our SRM. I was part of this for the 15 years journey. We have done some studies on the effect of yoga and meditation on human beings. We have proven results. When you do both, the entire activation of the human being increases. The productivity increases. We have scientifically proved that using brain signals. And also, we are using brain signals for authentication purpose. Now you receive OTP and so many passwords and other things. You can use your brain signals for authentications. That we are doing some research on that. And we also found that there is a relationship between blood and blood group and color. Certain blood group people like certain color. I don't want to reveal the results. Please look at the literature. Only one result. A1 positive group guys like blue. I don't know how it is true, but we need a lot of more investigations to be done. I am A1 positive. I like mostly blue color. So then music therapy. Music induces emotion in the human being. So we are trying to prove that scientifically through brain research. These are some activities which are happening. I think the first one I was mentioning that I think it's a great research. The selfless and volunteer activity can be triggered scientifically. I think we should not experiment that. I think UHV is already doing that. So this is what I just wanted to share. We are in the mission of bringing the entire student community and the faculty towards this mission of having a complete society. As a society, we can transform the entire humanity. So I thank once again the entire UHV team for taking efforts and coming and sparing your valuable time here. Finally, I thank Dr. Supraja for the tireless efforts you are taking. Keep moving. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your support and encouragement towards the value-based education in SRMIST. I now invite Professor Palani Nagarajan, sir, to address the gathering.
Distinguished Chief Guest Ganesh Bharia ji, founder of EHV, Vice Chairman of EHV Asthana ji, Umesh ji, Sridhar ji, Sathyanarayanan ji, Sharmila ji, Sunil ji and Supraja ji, learned faculty members and volunteers. Good morning, and on behalf of SRMIST, once again I welcome you all for this particular regional meet. Just I will share for 3-4 minutes and then leave away, don't worry. We are all part of our education system, and we are providing 4 important things: the knowledge, skill, attitude and human values. Knowledge and skill, there is no issue. We are providing through a number of courses during the course of study. But the attitude and the behavior is a very questionable thing. That is where the society is facing a lot of issues today. It is highly imbalanced way. We are not much focusing or concentrating due to some or the other way. Plenty of reasons are there. We have a structured way of doing this particular education system, unless earlier part of our system was focusing towards that. I attended a course on human values some 23 years before in IIT Delhi with Professor Gaur. He was talking about 2-3 things which kindled my mind. He was focusfully talk about 3 important things. One is the happiness and continuity, and what Professor Sridhar talking about the purpose of life or a goal of a life. He never talked within that 36 hours about these things, but number of stories and incidents, events, we were clarifying starting from AK-47 rifle to the gun. Plenty of technological things he has brought in, but at the same time the focus is always towards these 3 things of your goal of a purposeful life, happiness and continuity. Because happiness, always we also undergo number of courses. I also passed the UHV 1 in the year 2020 in the very first batch. I got certified through online during the COVID. Doesn't matter. But the purpose of life, what I understood in all these 23 years, the bird is different. It is similar to give is the help others. And the next question is, what does the help mean? What type of help you want? Whatever the help I wanted, I have to extend that help. That is what I understood finally, because the help differs from person to person and it is going to dynamically change in this thing. This is one side of it. Being an engineering or a technological institution, we are largely responsible in this university to provide a value system. But how professionally, whether it's a legal education or a medical education or an engineering education, how the public perceives professionally the value from the person. That is always a performance to the caste. Even there is a course called value engineering. That is a one thumb rule says that it is a performance to the caste. The whole world is weighing the personality or the person, the value system totally depends on the performance with respect to the caste involved in it. The IIM professor is earning more and this professor is less. So because his performance is something different, the cost is also associated with it, maybe from the product, the mobile phone to the car, everything what we are witnessing. But what is that actual value system? What we are looking in the human value system is something different. Am I right? That is what the larger role to play by the faculty. The faculty is not only the teaching job, as everybody talks about it. He should be a facilitator, he should be a cultivator, he should be a coordinator, advisor, mentor, coach, proctor. He can go on saying so many things he has to do. But ultimately all these things leads to only one thing, to bring in a value system. In order to bring that value system, what I personally feel, today in News Delhi also it has come again, the pillars of Dharma. The Dharma is all about one thing which talks about the Atma. The Atma is our own inner character which defines it. And Anusthanam is the discipline, how far we are timeliness and respect towards other humanity, which again talks individual, team and your nature and society. These are the outcomes, in fact, they put up in every program outcomes. The first, out of the 11 outcomes, if you happen to see, only the 6 outcomes are more talk about the technicality in it, the modern tools and other things. Rest all the things about the individual and teamwork and your lifelong learning and other behavioral aspect of it. So, Anusthan is the one thing which every faculty should do it, and the last one is the Aradhanam. That is what they are saying, that respecting the Mada Pida Guru. If we ourselves keep these 3 as a pillars of Dharma, definitely we will also extend to the students in the coming years, which will be a greatest foundation for the entire society and the humanity without compromising the 3 principles. Once again, I want to re-insist in this particular time is the coexistence and acceptance of the primary humanistic principle for the community practice as a third thing. Thank you. Thank you for the patience.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your words of wisdom. Gratitude is an essential expression of right understanding. I now invite Priya Sevi, Associate Professor in AS College of Engineering, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Namaste, everyone. First of all, let me thank SRM officials for this regional conference, because I remember when the first regional conference was held in 2022 in Bangalore, RV College. That was the time I think myself, Sumati Titi, Sunil Bhaiya, we were just volunteers. And the time Umesh Bhaiya and Sharmila ji had come, we had maximum utilized them, and we are now today in this team because of them. So that much contribution a volunteer conference can do. It is not like a workshop. So now again it is happening in SRM. So I feel the new volunteers who has joined recently, they will be surely, we'll see after 2-3 years, core volunteers in UHV team, because we had ourselves has developed as a core volunteer because of the regional conference that had happened in Bangalore. So that is that much important is there in the conference. It is not like a normal UHV workshop where one resource person come, deliver the workshop and go. This is for the 3 days we can utilize all the senior resource person from Ganesh ji, Rajul ji, Sharmila ji and Umesh Bhaiya. So I request all of you to maximum utilize all the volunteers. And so I thank all the officials over here who has arranged this conference for us. So all the officials, I'm not, if I mention the name, all who are in the dais. Thank you all of you, all sir. It is actually, you are contributing to all of us. If you ask us volunteering, it is not for outside, it is for ourselves only. We have gained lot for ourselves in our relationship, in our family, in our institution because of these UHV workshops. So it will contribute to all of you, I feel, who are sitting over here. And also I thank Ganesh, all the senior mentors who had come just for us. They have come for 3 days for us all, Ganesh ji, Umesh Bhaiya, Sharmila Didi and Rajul ji, all of us. And also that not the least, all the volunteers who have come from the college, you have taken 3-day OD. I know you get OD, but we have to go back and do our work again. But you have taken that pain and come over here to attend this conference. So I thank all of you, all the dignitaries in the dais and over here for coming for this conference. Thank you all.
Let us capture this moment of togetherness with a group photo. So I request all the participants to please join our dignitaries here in the front. Please.